Welcome back and welcome to part two of the Malik Show Live. I am your host, Malik Shabazz Sullivan. I'm glad that you have decided to come on in for part two of the Malik Show Live. Happy Love Month, happy Black History Month, and happy shortest month of the year. It's February. But on tonight, Wednesday, February the 26th, we are live with our first ever fashion designer, one and only of the world, I say the world's renowned, Mr. Robert K. Craig Jr., aka Robert Craig Designs. He is still here with us. And Robert, I'm glad to have you back on for part two.
Thank you.
He's with us for part two. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, if you had missed part one, we talked about Robert and his childhood. We talked about, his schooling, and we talked about, his passion for fashion. And we also talked about, him and the Clark sisters and so on. But now we are moving forward to part two. And part two, we're going to show you Robert with some amazing people that is living on this beautiful green earth, and so on and so forth. So, producer, let's get started. So let's kick off our next picture, producer. Yes. Clark's sister, the one and only supervisor of the Dominican Republic, Jackie Clark Chisholm. So, Robert, I know you have so much to say about this beautiful woman. So, my first question in this part two show is, tell me the divine connection with you and Supervisor Auntie Jackie Clark Chisholm.
Jackie is like an aunt that everybody has. She has such a warm heart. She loves people, and she is a great cook.
Oh my!
No,
What?
no, no. Jackie can cook.
Oh, what's
No,
your
no, no,
favorite?
no, 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 no. Jackie can cook, Malik.
Ooh, Jesus! You see this stomach on TV? I'm trying to get rid of this.
Listen, you gotta
Oof.
tell me.
Mm.
Well, listen, Malik. So, me and Jackie, we connected after, I don't know what I did. I did something. I think it was for the sisters.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, Robert, I want you to make me something. I was like, oh, okay. And so I made her this mauve pink jumpsuit. She wore it to Tyler Perry's opening
Uh-huh.
with a fastener. I made that for her. And
Mm-hmm.
ever since that, it's just like, we've been like really, really cool. And Jackie is like mad cool. I mean, really, really cool.
So wait a minute. Going back to Tyler. Okay, so I know the sisters was there for the Sunday service at the
Right.
Tyler Perry opening. So are you talking about that pink and the?
Yes.
Oh, well, you know what? That was a hit too. That was beautiful. I mean, everything. But you know what, Robert? What I liked. I wish I posted. I wish I had the picture on tonight. But did the turquoise fascinator and the dress?
Yes.
That was my favorite of all that she had for her installation as
Yes. Thank
supervisor.
you. Uh-huh.
Woo.
Yes.
Mm. Oh, that was so nice. I enjoyed that. I really did. But
Robert, I want you to make that. I want you to make something for my installation service. I said, okay, Aunt Jackie, what you want to do? I don't know. I just want it to be turquoise. I said, okay, Aunt Jackie. So that's what we came up with.
oh wow. And the fascinator you made that, correct?
I did. Uh-huh.
Oh shucks. I'm
I did.
I'm gonna say this on live TV. Robert gonna have to sneak some stuff to me so I can add to my stuff. Lord Jesus, I put that out there. But okay, so and here, okay, so on Jackie Clark Chisholm, here is another picture here that we have of her, producer, at AIM in Tampa, Florida.
Hmm.
She on Thursday was, wait a minute, what night was that? Because I had on that multicolored suit. Was it Wednesday? I think it was Thursday. She had on this beautiful purple dress and had ruffles on the sleeve and
Hmm.
flowers, green and purple flowers. That was so sharp. I loved it. And even when I sat behind you all that night in service, when she had gotten up, I said, listen, Robert put his foot in that dress. So tell me a little bit about the detailing and, you know, that dress alone. It's beautiful.
Okay, so the fabric itself is a stretch fabric which contours to the body. And then the flowers were an applique that was sewn onto the garment.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if I can recall, I think on top of that, there were crystals in the leaves and
Mm-hmm.
also in the flowers of that garment. So I placed them strategically around the neckline and through the waist to complement the figure of Supervisor Chisholm.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how that played out, and we gathered that sleeve to give it a different effect, and that's how that worked out.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, and like I said, and while we're still on Jackie Clark Chisholm, as well, I'm putting this on live tonight. Recently, Supervisor Chisholm, we're still praying for her, and I'm
Yes,
saying
we
this, we're
are.
still praying for
We
her.
sure
She had a
are.
loss
We
and
really.
her family, and we want to
Hmm.
continue our much prayers for her, and
Yes,
we love you, Aunt Jackie.
we sure do.
But okay, we're moving on to our next picture here, producer. Yes, we've seen that. Yes, supervisor. Yes, we're gonna move on to our next one. Yes. So we have. This is one of my dearest sisters, and every time when I see her, I said, I don't know. Say, I don't know if you Tina Turner or you just give me fire. But I love this. I love this lady, and she is a true queen. I call her the acid queen, and she kind of got on me like, what does that mean? I said, well, just take it. Obviously, you're a queen. You just got a little title, a little flavor with it. But Robert, let me ask you this. Here is the one and only, the evangelist, the beautiful Evangelist Lillian J. Lloyd. Tell me, and she is also dressed in a beautiful design and with her beautiful. Now, listen, I'm going to tell y'all, can't nobody wear blonde hair like my sister Lillian. So, all
Oh
you other
God.
ladies that's trying or that's putting, please just put it to the side. Just put it to the side. But Robert, tell me, how did you and Lillian connected, and how was the experience of making this beautiful creation that she's wearing pictured right now?
Let me tell you something, Malik. I didn't make that for Lillian. I just thought that the picture and her makeup and her hair was so beautiful,
Uh huh.
and I posted that.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I tagged her in it. I just thought it was such a magnificent photo. I don't know who made the garment,
Uh huh.
but yeah, that was it. I celebrate everybody. I just don't think about me, and that's all. That's why I posted that, for her
Wow.
beauty and
Wow.
her class. She's such a lovely lady, and I love Lillian. She's been to my home before. She's been
Wow.
to my home
So
before.
let me
Yeah.
ask you this question, and here is a thing: is it a future that she will be in Robert Craig Designs?
Oh yeah. Uh huh.
All
Yeah.
right, huh? Okay,
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah. She already knows. She
Oh,
already knows. I'm just waiting on her.
all right now.
I'm just
Okay,
waiting
well,
on
big
her.
ups to the one and only, the Queen, Lillian
Yes.
J.
Yes.
Lloyd. Let's move on to
Yes.
our next one, producer. Yes. Okay. We want to talk about this next beautiful woman. I know her very well. I know her husband very well. Her husband don't play games with me because every time he say, "Boy, you better be acting right," I say, "Yes, Bishop." I don't want, and if when I come to Cleveland, just have a front seat waiting for me. But I want to talk about you and Lady Sabrina J. Ellis. I mean, she is dressed, and you know what? As I'm looking, it seems that the on one side she's dressed, and the other side she has, like the coat garment. So Robert, tell me, you and Lady Sabrina Ellis relationship, and also the beautiful creation that's pictured in this garment.
Okay. So I think it was her daughter who said to her, "Mommy, you need to." And so her "Mommy, you need to" turned into a message from Dr. Ellis. And I made that for her installation weekend. I think that Friday she put that on for the celebratory weekend of her elevation. So she had seen something I did for another client and said, I like that style. Can you do something like that, something similar? And so we came up with that fabric. So just a fitted dress with a full coat.
So with the coat, so Lady Sabrina, did she just get just the dress, or she got just the coat?
No, she got both pieces.
Oh
It's an
wow.
ensemble.
Oh well. So I guess she didn't. And one thing about Lady Ellis, she's really not a well, I've seen her as she comes to our meetings, in hats or fascinators here and there. But I feel she is one of those type of women that, she has a beautiful face structure. She has gorgeous hair, So I just feel, hey, just put the clothes on and let's praise
Yeah.
the Lord.
I've never seen her in anything on top of her head ever.
Well, you know what? I remember, I think Detroit Women's Convention. She and Bishop came, and she had a fascinator on. Well, official night she had a black hat on, and I think one of the nights she had on this gorgeous fascinator. But I'm just saying, as long as I've been knowing her and following her, she is just one of those type of women that don't need a hat, or she's just more of a hair
Right.
person, and just be dressed, you know. But I love that design, Robert. You
Thank
put
you,
your
Malik.
foot into that.
Thank you.
Well,
She's
who's
such
next,
a sweet
producer?
lady.
Who is next? Oh, I gotta talk about my sissy. I love my sister, my Virginia sister. I love her to death. And Robert, Ashley Hash.
Oh,
That so convocation. She's in a
yeah.
beautiful pink hat. The dress. I'm sure you made that.
I'm not certain. No, I didn't.
Oh, Robert, come on.
I don't think so. No.
Okay, so yeah, I see you and her in the Kojic. I'm gonna say the Kojic Hall, not the Kojic Mall, but she has a beautiful pink hat on, and she has like a floral type dress. So, Robert, you better stop confusing me. I'm thinking you make this stuff.
No, I didn't do that.
Oh Lord. Well,
But
anyway,
we celebrate the designer that did it, and I
well, we gonna
think
sell,
Jake
yeah.
did the hat.
And you know what? You the first person that said that, because a lot of designers ain't gonna say that. So you know what? You
No,
we 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 gonna we gonna pray- we gonna we had music. We would shout on that. But we celebrating on tonight. That's what we'll do.
yeah, that's right.
But beautiful picture though, beautiful picture, and beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But oh, well, I might say, going back to the question I asked about Lillian, I'm sure Lady Hash will be in Robert Craig. Well, I'm sure she got some, don't she?
Not yet.
Not yet. Well, it's
We
coming.
believe God.
It's coming. Listen,
We
it's
believe
coming.
God.
It is coming. Well, we're gonna move on to our next one. Yes. Let me just say this about this beautiful woman here. I have been following her. She is a Texan. But not only that, I believe she is one of the sharpest dressed women, and different. You got some women that's sharp dressed, but you just got some women that's dressed all the way up, and that's just different. I want to talk about you and Lady Natalie Green.
Okay.
Oh, wow. I mean, here are you guys on official day, and this was taken 2 years ago, 2018. And here's another picture of Lady Green, producer. Yes. I believe that night she was going to a celebration, but she is decked out in all black with a black hat, which the designer is Jonathan Martin.
Right.
Yes, okay, I'm glad I got that right. So, Robert, tell me the amazing connection with you and Lady Natalie Green.
I met Lady Green last year at Convocation. Her godson Chico saw that dress online. I had posted it, and he purchased it for her. And she intended to wear it for Convocation, but I don't know what happened. Then that's fine, as long as she had one of my garments. So I finally had the opportunity to meet her like that Sunday evening of Convocation,
Mm.
and she just had like the sweetest spirit, Malik. I mean, she was so sweet and so kind, and
Oh
I
yeah.
fell in love with her. I
Oh,
did, man. I fell in love with her. She was just so, I was like, oh my God, lady.
she is. Oh yeah, she's such a sweet
Oh my
spirit. Such a
God, I
sweet
love her.
spirit. Well, you did your thing with this black. I love it. I'm just so in
Thank you.
love with it.
Yeah,
I'm
she
just
wore that to, I think it was her mother-in-law's or her mother, somebody's,
her in-laws. Yeah, cause
yeah,
it was
somebody's big
Friday night.
anniversary or something like that. Hmm.
It was beautiful. She's
Yeah, she said,
always dressed,
yes,
always. Well, let's
she
move on
is.
to our next one, producer. Who we got next? Yes. So Robert. Okay, so here's Robert and Aunt Ella Gordon. Now, in part one, we was trying to get to the picture, but I'm glad that we got to this picture. But this lady right here, I can say this for myself, one of the sweetest women in Detroit, and
Hmm.
one of the baddest. Oh, she's sharp, sharp Aunt Ella. But listen, Robert had definitely talked about Aunt Ella. He connected just with her, connected him to one of the greatest women in the world, the Clark sisters, and I mean, we got a good. Let's clap for Aunt Ella because Aunt Ella, she opening that door. People, and you got some
Listen,
people out there that will do that. So
yeah, she's a
most,
connector. She will
listen,
connect you.
listen. But we talked. But I just wanted to show that on this. Make sure we got that picture shown. Let's move on to our next one, producer. Well, here is Robert and the one and only one of. Well, I'm gonna say this. This is National's own Mr. Church of God in Christ, one of the sharpest men in the Church of God in Christ. I ain't gonna say the world. Malik Shabazz Sullivan. Now, let me just say this: that I personally met Robert, I believe 2 years ago, and might I say that me being 28 and not only having the Malik Show live, not only having a name in the Church of God in Christ worldwide, but also being a fashion designer myself, and might I say, you all know my testimony, where it all began for me, and I can say I have arrived, honey. But might I say, Robert has definitely given me pointers. Me and him have definitely had conversations behind the scenes and so on and so forth. I must say, Robert, I am so glad to be connected with you. And might I say, you are such a pal indeed.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. But I wanted to get that out there as well. So we're moving on to our next one, ladies and gentlemen. Robert, we have you and the one and only Vashawn Mitchell. So let's not only not only a music genius himself. Let's talk about how I see you guys are pictured, but let's talk about the connection.
Okay. He was at a conference that one of my clients was having, Ambassador Sharon Edmonds out of Raleigh, and he was one of her. He was a special guest for her at the time, and so I'm a big fan. And at the time, there's a story behind why I love Vashawn Mitchell so much. At the time I was living in Atlanta, and I was going through hell, to say the least. And I saw Vashawn. He was at the gym working out, and I just saw him, and it just turned my whole spirit all around because I was so depressed at that time, and I just saw him, and it brought me such joy to even see him. You know, you see people, and it just turns things around for you and makes things brighter.
Yeah, you're right
And
about that.
but when I saw him, it just changed everything for me. And I was like, oh my God, I love Vashawn Mitchell. He's a great artist anyway. The boy can really sing.
Yeah.
So, and he was at the office, and I was like, Vashawn, can I please get a picture with you? And so we did that. That's how we connected.
Well, you know what, Robert? I'm going to just say this. Since you design it all for women, can you please, such as myself and Vashawn, start making men's suits so we can advertise and put you out there? Because one
But
thing
listen,
about,
Malik,
huh?
let me say that. Let me say this.
Okay.
Oh, you got your listening ears on, as Judge Judy says.
I'm listening.
Malik.
We're
Okay.
listening.
I don't do menswear.
Oh no. The devil is a liar. The devil is a liar.
I don't do menswear. The
Oh
only thing I do
Jesus.
for men is winter coats,
Winter
outerwear. That's
winter
it.
co- Oh. Well,
That's
I'm gonna take you up on your offer on that.
I stay in
But
my lane.
I understand. Well, you know what? I say this though. It's always good to do different things and stuff because and me personally, I like different stuff. I am one of those that do not want to walk in a room and you got the same thing I got on. I'm not
All
gonna tell
right.
you where I got it from, so don't get offended. But I personally will just want to. Some people just want their own designer to make their own stuff. You can't get
Hmm.
mad with that, but you know.
No.
To each his own. Let's move on to our next one, producer. Let's move on. Okay, Lady Monique Walker out of New York,
Oh my God.
awesome preacher,
Oh my
and
God.
I connected with her at the GMWA last year, Robert, when we was all in DC. But
Oh
let's
my
talk
God.
about you and Lady Monique Walker.
Oh my God. Woo.
Uh oh.
What can I say about Monique Walker? Oh my God.
Uh oh.
I love Monique Walker. She has always been such a nice person to me. Always, always, always. Uh, 464 Liberty Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Church all day.
Mm.
Monique Walker. Oh my God.
So she's pastoring
She
now.
she's pastoring now in
Okay.
Elmsford.
Okay.
Elmsford, New York. She has her church up there. And I think it's a Sunday at 4 o'clock. Four Winds is called. This is what the church is called.
Ooh, 4 o'clock in the
Yeah.
afternoon.
So she's doing well. She was down here in Charlotte with me for a little bit, so I got to have her for myself just a little bit.
Ah,
But she's back in New York, pastoring and all that stuff, and I've done a few pieces for her, and this is
well,
our
this one you
Easter
got
piece.
her at Easter last year. That was
This is
sharp.
our Easter piece last year. Uh huh.
Mm.
Uh huh. Yeah.
Well, you know what, Robert, speaking of Easter, so what's the move for this year?
What you mean?
I mean, people are saying the place to be is New York.
Listen, all roads lead to the Brooklyn Marriott.
Oh my. Listen, you got
Make no
me
mistake
excited.
about it.
Oh God.
All roads lead to Brooklyn, New York, the Marriott, Brooklyn Bridge. Be there.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Well, y'all know where to go on Easter.
You listen, Brooklyn, New York.
You right. You are absolutely
Sure I
right.
am. Can nobody do it like Bishop Walker? Nobody.
Mm-mm. What I say, it's the biggest fashion show of the day. Because let's say you got Bishop Hezekiah Walker, you got Kevin Bond, you got Vincent Bohannon, you got James Hall, you got all of them and stuff going on. So listen, I agree. But I'm going to try and sneak away this year. We'll see.
Yeah, but it's good church too. We
You
have
right
good
about
church.
that. Yeah, you right.
Yeah, we have good church. You know
You are
about the fashion, but we have good church.
good church.
Yes, sir.
Well, let's move on to our next picture producer. Who else do we have on tonight? Okay. We want to talk about the supervisor, Connecticut's own, and her husband is the Bishop of India. And I perfectionly love this lady. Let's talk about you and the one and only Supervisor Madeline Norfleet.
So, Lady Norfleet is from Connecticut, and I attended church with her. So, I've known her since I was a child. I've known her brothers and her husband because we all grew up together in that city. And so, I moved away, and Lady Norfleet, some way somehow we connected, and I made her something. I don't know what it was. I made her something. And ever since then, we've been rolling, man. Me and Lady Norfleet, we've been rolling. She's
Wow.
such a sweet lady, man. She's just so sweet.
Ain't that something? Well, you know
Yeah.
what? Speaking of Lady Norfleet, and well, she's gonna be coming on here on the Malik Show very soon. But as you all and Robert and uh, Uh-oh, wait a minute. We lost connection. We lost connection. Wait a minute. But yet again, we do apologize for the technical difficulties. But thank you for coming on the Malik Show on tonight. We will definitely reach out to Robert after the show goes off the air that we have enjoyed him and so on and so forth. We apologize for the last 2 minutes of the show, but it's all good. To God be the glory. We had an excellent show. The actual show will be live on this week, so be on the lookout for that. March is coming. And in March, we have 2 special guests. Stella Award winner Isaiah Thomas, and supervisor of Uganda, the one and only Dr. Haroldine Russell will be our March guests. So please pencil that in on your calendar. They will be here live in the studio, and I'm looking forward to interviewing them. And also in April, save the date. Queen Mother Vera Hill will be live in person on the Malik Show. You don't want to miss it. This is the Malik Show Live. I'm your host, Malik Shabazz Sullivan. See you next time.